Greetings, everyone. I believe it's running now. Um, Once again, here in Canada, it's in the negatives, and I'm freezing my ass off. I don't exactly care that it's near the end of March, like last week of March. Canada does not care. And it is always really fucking cold. And I hate the cold. Ignore the music in the background. Um, on top of all that, oh, yeah, I did some stuff off stream. Don't worry. Don't worry, I only cheat on stream. I really need to get this upgraded. It's too small. Um, where was I on this? Right? Um, since it's so freezing cold, I was shivering like I was in an earthquake. So, time to optimize for the only thing that the only spec on a computer that matters, which is its production of waste heat. Because I'm fucking cold, people. Very cold. So obviously making waste heat is important. I'm gonna make some pipes. I'm going to make another one of these. Yes. Running a little low on lava. It's fine. Are we just straight pumping that water? I did not know you could drain the input with the output. There's a way to purge these tanks. No, there is not. Actually, there is. I just have to put you here. Wrench that, and then surprisingly slow. That's already jammed. But on the bright side, now I can hit it with a quick. I mean, I still have power. It doesn't matter too much. It's the only way to really turn off the generators to do that. Alright. I want some biofuel. Fortunately, that's not hard to make in the slightest. So I'll just produce some biofuel now. Oh, that's why. Okay. I was like, that's not how this mod works. I've been playing this for so many hours. Anyways. And that processes quickly and it uses a lot of water, but... oh well. It's weird to have a recipe that doesn't take a small eternity to process. Pretty low yield, which is why I want to make a farm. Oh, and also that grew. But essentially off camera, I made a new thingamabob. The scientific word. Let me just produce a few crafting tables. You know, just a few. I know that ratio looks really bad, and that's because it is really bad. But on the upside, you don't have to do it that much. I'm not sure I'm doing it this way. It's harder this way. Oh. Entry overused. Alrighty then. So that is now done. And this is where I'm going to go get some of the nice stuff that I now need, being my shield fire naphtha. And what naphtha is going to be good for is making reinforced carbon, which I need. And it's also good for making silicone wash and a better recipe to make polymer resin. Now, I'm not actually sure if this recipe for polymer resin yields more. I mean, I know it takes clay, redstone, sand, and produces waste diesel, which normally is a source of power. But now I'm actually curious about which one's better for plastic. Because this might just be slightly better plastic. I mean, I know the slurry, mineral slurry, you can get it better, but we don't have a good source of sulfuric acid because we're not using oil in this run. So, frankly, I think you should use oil and steam. It's the most optimal. Just to say, I need to make plastic. And now if I... Let's just bump this up to an optimal ratio. Say this, right? So 20 plastic only takes 20 biomatter. Yeah, that is the metric I'm going to be using. So what? Did I use this recipe? Ooh. Ah, okay. Then I go about using this recipe instead. And crank it up to 20. And that's gonna take 50 seeds. So for plastic, this is significantly more expensive, along with needing to use multiple clay catalysts and some diesel. Yeah, no, this is not a better recipe when it comes to particularly plastic sheets. Did not use the naphtha recipe. Use the bioresin, or the biodiesel recipe. Even though it only gives you one, its exchange rate is better. Okay. Kind of funny, gonna be honest. But yeah, essentially just having naphtha around would be tremendously helpful. I mean, I also will get a waste product of diesel, and diesel doesn't have very many uses, at least in this version. I can figure it out really quick. Like, it's just to be turned into turbo fuel, which is not the most useful, or burn it for power, which, I'm gonna be honest, since this has been patched out in the future updates, I'm gonna be honest when I say this, Steam's not really the best. It's mainly diesel, and I've already worked around diesel, and it works really well, so, you know. Nothing against diesel, I just think it's like, okay. They kind of really force you into it because every recipe chain goes into diesel being the answer, which is fine. Anyways, that's the biodiesel in. I'll just leave this here. I also made a wrench and tamed a wolf off camera because, I mean, I could. Oh, and these need catalyst beads. Which means I need clay. Huh. I never even considered that. You can make clay, I know that much. I forget the ratio. Or, like, not ratio, but the recipe. Also, I want to make a fragment forge. There always comes a time in the playthrough's life to get a fragment forge. I mean, you can absolutely do this without the fragment forge. It just allows for slightly better ore yields in the way I plan to use it, so... Useful, yes. Necessary, no. I swear, I don't know why. I feel like I'm one of the very few people who get almost constant cave noises on the surface. And it is very agitating. I was going to look for something that I have forgotten. I believe I needed sand for this. Yes, clay. Here we go. Clay can come from... Well, it comes from a world interaction too. I know that much. And that can come from wetting dirt into clay. Because I guess mud is not in this mod or something. Essentially all that means is that I have a bunch of waste dirt, and that can make a pretty good amount of clay. I like that. I like those odds. So I'll work with them. Also, if you're wondering, I spent about 2-ish, maybe more hours drilling last night. And almost missed an entire meetup because I was so focused on it. Okay, that's actually not filling. I don't know why that's not filling now. But yeah. Oh, and also we hit lapis, which I needed. You probably saw it in my inventory if you... The keen eye among you. Tough. Give me some of that sweet dirt. And how deep is this? Oh, hey, base! Oh, that's nice. Whoa. I can harvest my melons and go to the nether. Alright, I had a feeling I was just about done. Oh yeah. Look at this. Giant freaking hole. If you're wondering what I plan to do with this, probably just cover this up. 'Cause I keep putting holes in it. Yeah. How about a wood floor in here? So I drill for some stalk, but I'm not harvesting it off the ceiling, let's be honest here. Also put silk touch on my pickaxe, or my drill. Oh! Hey, it even hit bedrock. Kinda weird knowing this is just straight sunlight down here. But I've opened the portal to the ceiling. God, it's echoey. Why is there a light down here? I don't know, maybe my light helmet, my illumination helmet might be reasoning. Yes. Well. That looks weird. Oh, now that overlay likes to toggle. You had all of yesterday, and now you turn on? Okay. But yeah, so this is basically what I spent 2 hours yesterday doing. Like I said, not a great use of my time, but hole. That's it. That's all it is. It is literally just a hole. Shoot out a link. It has to be good for something, right? I mean, as long as I have power, it's a good way to get quartz, I suppose. It's pretty deep as well. Is there anything in here I needed it? Need carrots, but that's not new. Oh, you know what? I'll probably end up needing this soon. I could totally take one of those. Oh, I needed some string as well. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that should be everything. And up. Wow. I told you I could make it better. And you guys probably did believe me. That took mere seconds, and I spent no effort. It also means this whole setup's now useless, because it's already done its job. But I'm gonna use it again. I am. I most certainly will be using it again. Because this fancy-pantsy rock over here is atop an ore deposit. And I most certainly would like to crack that open at some point. Because it's literally infinite diamonds. I mean, why wouldn't I want that? Be careful, this jetpack is about 5 kilowatts to the meter, so... You know, really good ratio. Part of me wants to scout out where I can go to get the other geode, which has nickel, iron, copper in it, and I think maybe even redstone, because that one's actually more useful. Like, you don't need uranium, gold is good, platinum's good, emeralds you don't need, diamonds you don't need that much. Whew! I kicked my mouse. Because I use controller, don't ask. So yeah. Oh, and also I made a yield module. Not because I thought I would really need a yield module. I need to be careful on that because I'm about out of charge. Not because I needed a yield module, right? It's just in case I hit any diamonds, you know. Yeah, that's fine. Still got juice in it. Neat. Power. This has max use of 1. Yeah, I do plan to put up a lot of farms. One for wheat, certainly. Because packed wheat is probably the best source of biomass. It's 4 wheats for 16, which is the same as a block. Ooh, also, since it has Silk Touch, Fragment Forge needs to get built. Okay, that was long, that was arduous, that was difficult, but I have a Fragment Forge. I already reset in my inventory. Come on, you guys should know by now. Come on. Anyways, big box goes here. Needs exactly 1 core. Fragment Forge. not gonna really chock this thing full of modules, to be honest. Like, its speed is not gonna be necessary because I'm not gonna be using the most. Oh, it's any dirt. Okay. Does that include? Yep, that includes mud. So you can turn mud into different mud. Nice. Yeah. Also, I got the wolf because who knows? Maybe a skeleton will get scared of the thing. Speaking of which, why on earth is it so injured? Stop. Anyways, that's how you make clay, it seems. Fortunately, I have to punch with my bare hands, but beggars can't be choosers. I also got normal deep slate because, you know, necessary stuff. Not very useful, actually, like this. I'm gonna chuck a whole stack in. It's not like it's taxing the grid or anything. Yeah, I was really struggling. I'm like, I guess clay's not infinite in this mod. So are you supposed to always get 4 from this? I thought it was not the case. But yeah, with a fragment forge, better yields. Better yields. We all want them better yields. And every set has a module slot, which is annoying, but oh well. I mean, I could put speed mods in there, but I'm really just gonna put that one yield module I have and just set it on its way. Because all I really want this forge for is to improve yields of ore from like this. For example, I go up to the diamond. I take the diamond block. I could mine this for 1, or alternatively pulverize it into 2. Which is just slightly better. And I need diamonds, so yep. Also, the diamond horse armor can be recycled. It doesn't matter which one, so I'm gonna give it to this thing and take the sand. Pulverizing diamonds. That's a new one. Could use some more redstone. Something of note. Didn't sure I'd like this basically automated, but till then this should be plenty. Plus I'm only using this for naphtha, not for power and acid, so you know. Should probably get around to shredding my pants as well. Maybe I'll save them, I don't know. Look at all that naphtha. It's good. Actually, isn't the whole thing about if you have only one output, so if you have none, it doubles the item in the first slow output. Having one module doubles the item in the second tank. So I'm actually doubling the naphtha on this. So it's 400 millibuckets of naphtha. Okay, you know what, honestly? It's a pretty good ratio right there. And then I get waste diesel, which I will have to flush or something. But now with naphtha, I can run that back for refiner. And adding out, boom, get fun stuff. So how about I go about doing that, yes? Yoink. And yoink. Make a little temporary shield fire tank. Very good. It's gonna be weird about it, isn't it? unfortunate. There's never really much shield fire in this base. So now I can just take some naphtha, and boom. Naphtha. Yes. I only had 2 buckets, right? Okay. Just to say I don't have very much naphtha. But the naphtha that I do have... That's 4 reinforced carbon sheets. That's not very much, is it now? Especially considering... what I will need is these. So that's gonna be... Okay, I'm gonna need to do that once more, so... Eventually I want to get that as well. But hey, I can still get the 4 I want going. Just gonna need an additional 2 in here. Because I need more biomass. You can get more biomass by just... cutting down trees, of course. I mean, this is so positive on saplings, it does not matter. Also, those bananas, I could probably blend down as well. It's not hard to get biomass without a farm. Just obviously automating it would make the most sense in a factory. I think it's more of a tech mod situation. So, you know. Wait, I'm just gonna chuck all these melons in. Put the process away. I think this is all I need. Is my clay done? Sure is. I will need a tank for that, unfortunately. Unless I could just use bottles, which I don't think I can, considering I never saw a recipe for it. Parkour. Certainly makes this more awkward. Do that, hit it with that. Right. Just gonna need another 10. Very fuel intensive process. Very clean connection. Still far off. I mean, again, it's not a huge thing, is it? Might as well not make the entire tree in vain. I like how fast this process is. And this will produce enough naphtha. Okay, this is what I meant by you don't want too many of these. Like, you can never have too many refineries. You'll always end up using more than you think you'll need at some point. I think I might as well get this tank refilled. Especially considering how easy it will be. The absolute last item I wanted to have in my hands for that. Anyways. And this is really nice because this means I can hit the ground really fast. Can go get some new lava. Careful, dog. This place is fucking awful. It's because it's not empty. I need to get a paper booster on this thing. Can I make one of these on my... I mean, I should have most of the resources. First of a few in this run. Why would it not rotate the way I want it to rotate? Okay. So now this should be instantly discharging. Okay, genius, figure that out. Ow. But if I do this, yeah, look at how fast this fills now. It does take a lot more power to run, because again, it's basically running constantly with an extra thing, but I can always just chuck in a booster at some point. That's way faster. And just because I know I'll be making this trip every now and again, progressively more often, considering, you know, how things are, increase the speed of it. It's less fuel efficiency, but it does produce the production speed a little bit. And I'm not really focusing on efficiency here. You're okay? Alright. This is just cheap biomass that I don't actively need to farm for. But yeah, imagine having to take that stairwell again. Can't be me. I'm taking the better method. The vertical one. Oh my gosh, so much easier because to do that run normally would drive me absolutely bonkers. But in this case it doesn't because, well, I've optimized. Banana. You haven't run too low, have you? Okay, you used like a few buckets, that's fine. Ooh, look at you, making all that shield fire. Good job. You've got some better ore processing options. Alrighty then. A bit of residual naphtha and a bit of waste diesel. I will have to find a use for that waste diesel. But eventually, because I am not really interested in doing so right now, as it is. So, yeah. I'm gonna need some of these. Right. I need, what was it? Plastic. Running a little low on the initial plastic right there. If only there was a quick and convenient way to make more. Oh wait, there is. Because honestly, I think this might be an easier method of plastic. I know initially I said that oil made it easier, but using the naphtha it produces, which is true. Can you not play in the grinder? I don't believe they got programmed to avoid such obstacles. Gonna need 3 of these. Can't say I'm most surprised, but yeah, I'm gonna need to start mining for redstone soon. The redstone's one of those ores that don't really get a benefit from silk touch, but it's all worth acknowledging, I suppose. Next up is platinum, fluxite, which are both not hard to get at all. When you're first run, it seems kind of daunting, but then you realize it's kind of just a joke. Yeah, this is a really cheap upgrade at this point. And I just hit mid-tier. Now onto the super fun, actually interesting part, known as this horrific recipe. So this is to say I'm not gonna have a good time making it. Until I do. That's what I'm making here, making the Exo Jetpack. Well, the chest plate is nice. There are other options here. Now, if this should be everything I need. Barring the tanks, of course. Because why wouldn't I need the tanks? Just, do a little bit of that. And then I need glass. Let's get the glass going. That's turning directly into plastic, by the way. I'm not turning that into oil. Oh, also I got iron for the first time. Which feels almost wrong, but, hey, what can I say? It's nice to have. I was starting to run a little low on normal silicone, or the option, different silicone, so, guess what might be easier is just to do this silicone wash recipe, which makes a lot of the proper silicone, which is made with naphtha. Just to say, it's expensive, but I've dealt with worse. Alrighty, well, here comes the 5 ion thrusters we need. And yes, that is the minimum quantity you can make. You just burn the rest of this cheap battery. Take a nice aerial of the base. Oh, there's another lava spout over there. Interesting. Once this battery doesn't give out on me. Impressive. Well, let's do a little bit of exploring. Alright, well that's about it for me. Ow. And instead of taking the stairwell down, said I could just take the faster method of this giant pit that I purposefully dug out for it. But first, let's make an upgrade. Or try, at least. Never ended up making those tanks. Silly of me. Let me sort that out. Also, I have Silk Touch, so if I misplace it, it's not a big deal. It's made of stone anyways. That is dog butt. 1, 2. And then the final upgrade. Now, besides this thing having the ability to instantly short out the entire power grid in literal seconds, because it takes 1,000,000 RF, which is 5 times my energy storage. But unlike the other, pack, it means it actually lasts for more than 15 milliseconds. Also, it's significantly faster because why not? Alrighty. I came down here for a reason, apparently. Yeah, I'm not so certain anymore. Why did I come down here? Probably just to blow some battery, but I don't know. What can I say? I got overzealous. Alright, well. Take the expressway out. But now you can see why I wanted this upgrade so much. Because it gives you a forward momentum. Yeah. And I'd call this weird. Upgrades, I see upgrades. I want them. Oh yeah, my dog's doing work. Thank you. It's gonna get itself killed, isn't it? This guy has music. When I inevitably stab them to death, I get their backpack. Doggo! With me! That'll be fine. Iron, so that wasn't a... For fuck's sakes. And by a skeleton of all things? What the fuck? Come on, I expected more from that. Cough. Nothing to see here, pet owners. Yeah, well. Give me an A for effort, not for success. And here's the first of many storage. Yes, yes. It even came with this disc. Again. Fire protection. If anything, it's interesting. So I would say my wolf did its job. It persuaded the skeletons for long enough for me to have an easy enough time in there. And I thank it for that. It also died, but whatever. I'll just chuck this arrow and some steam for it. Yep, that makes sense. Anyways, now I have to figure out how to move this entire backpack worth of supplies. By that I mean I'm only going to be moving what I think is actually useful from it. Yes. Book. Thruster. If I were to do that earlier on in this playthrough, I would have actually grown the ranges. And don't worry, I'll get around sorting this eventually or something. Got my woods, got this, got this, got this, Stuff I don't really care for, stuff I do really care for. Fibrous strands. And these intermediates I don't really need organized. Yeah. That's much better. The other stuff can just stay behind or something. I think the wood's probably useful. Yeah. Brilliant. So I forgot to stand on transparent block. Does not do what I need to do. I should just walk all the way back. Oh well. Also, this is just iron. Really dense iron. Okay, 1 second issue. I don't know how to get the water out. I guess I could flush it the same way I flush my steam water. I just checked my Discord. There. Give me the plastic as I desire. This stuff is really runny, isn't it? That's still me. The thing is, I literally just checked my DMs. So I'm like, oh, no one's messaged me. 2 DMs. I need sand. Still me. And for curious, it is actually a bit of a hobby of mine to go around collecting music discs. What? It's a classic. Yeah, I'm just gonna be sitting on top of all this sulfuric acid and needing things to process with it. I mean, just saying. Not full, not again. Oh, that's really efficient. Really efficient. Do I really need 20 sand? Still me. faster? Oh, hell yeah it is. I don't care that this thing's using like 4 to 8 times the energy. Energy's like the least of my concerns right now. Still me on the DMs. There's gonna be another one any second now. Ding. That was also me, this time just on Matrix. Acid. I love acid. For context, this is how much acid I've produced lately. In all honesty, acid's more of a occasional treat than a actual thing to sustain. I mean, no, seriously, this shit's just empty. God, is it here, Brian? No, seriously, what is it with the cave noises? Wizzy fun time. For the resin. Wizzy fun time. Hi, new shipment of iron, please. Plastic being so cheap is nice. We like cheap plastic in this household. Yeah, seriously, never use the biopolymer recipe unless you really hate yourself. It's the worst recipe, and I don't even think it should be in the mod. Okay, I guess it's like the most brain dead method, but you know, if you're playing a tech mod, or any mod really, you probably should have a brain, no offense. And always be open to try new things. Like, I didn't think there was a better method, and it turns out there's a much better method. Like, so significantly better. This is like the second best recipe in the entire mod. And when it comes to bio, this is like, yeah, basically is just the second best method. And I'm realizing that silicone wash that I have with mineral slurry. Mineral slurry could have been used, but I can also use it to make other stuff, I believe. I kind of forget it, really. Let's find out. It can make some quartz, and it can make... Okay, I really should use this in the recipe. Learn. Time to take off my pants. You know, important reasons. Make myself a new pair of pants. Oh my god, it's just the power grid. Oh well. copper frame need copper? No, it needs iron. Unlike the iron frame, which needs, you know, iron. Okay, well. Motor. Produce me motors. Welcome to the mid-game. A time where this is not the most painful state of the game. No hugs. Now pants. Now that's a permanent speed potion. Woo! Woo! Welcome to the big game, everyone. Oh, mine shaft. Look at that. This feels so nice. And that'll use a very small amount of power. Which I think is actually almost twice as much as the ultimate pack could carry, so you know. Who cares? Alright, where to go from here? Where to go from here? Oh, farming. Gotta move the tree. Erased. Deleted. Totally annihilated. Farming takes a lot of space, okay? Actually, I found a good spot for it. That makes sense to put it inland, but what about a floating, like, oil platform style farm? Be lazy. Do it properly. Be lazy. Do it properly. Be lazy. I'm doing it the lazy way. Oh, that's nice. Okay. I like that. Oh, and don't forget, I actually am gonna need to use this a few more times. Oh, piss. Got it. Up we go. Heyo! Oh, fiddlesticks. I really said fuck. Can't have that on this channel. Also, yeah, you see these ultimate machine blocks? It's known as laziness, and my gosh, do I have a surplus in that? Huh. So I guess I should probably deal with this at some point. Yeah, I'll move this now or something. To be honest, these chests are really just here to contain my waste products. Those are okay, put them away. Snoozling. Iron goes in, better iron comes out. I have too much on me. Process. Alright, well, I need gold anyways. Well, this is just free. Just take it. I have a lot of this stuff. This inventory is pretty dense. That's right. Now I have to work the old circuit. Gold, I'll process my gold down. Alright, you're following. Okay, so process the gold into copper. Yep, that's what the yield circuit's for. It's a little slow, but I don't care. It's literally just a free influx of resources. The iron one for pretty well. Just dump this way, man. Okay. Get a good bearing of where to. Oh my gosh. I can't dig here without digging up diamonds, it seems. Okay, well. Honestly, just more useful for me out of this. Yeah, that's fine. Is this the right grid size or is this not right? This is the right grid size. That was me. Wide frames. Oh my god, they're wide. Fun fact, frames might be about twice as big as they appear. That should be fine. Now I need to run the fragment T4G. It still is farmland. In case you think I'm going to cover up the old staircase, no, it might still be useful. Maybe building it out here. Yeah. No supports. Don't care. I'm building this where I want to build it. And I know there's the fertilizer, but machines frames are cheap, and I don't really care about the fish. Did not know I left that behind. Hey. Okay. By the way, you can make dirt with biomass.